Here's a good one about a young guy who truly dodged a missile after really seeing his now ex-girlfriend's crazy side when he broke up with her. You're going to see that she cheated on him and, of course, took no accountability in the whole thing, and he's done with her, and she loses it. Makes a point, guys. You got to spend some time with your girl before you get really, really serious with her, and you start seeing the crazy that can come about from real-life things. End it and move on, and never feel bad for breaking up with somebody, for cheating on you, or anything like that. Titled, Am I the a-hole for dumping my girl after I found out she cheated and then refusing to take her back even though she changed? And a shout out to Dan for sending this story. He says here, so I'm 28 years old. I was dating Melanie, a 26-year-old female, for 3 years. At first, everything was perfect. She was sweet, funny, and seemed to genuinely love me. But over time, she became more demanding, insecure, and just unbearable. Well, dude, then why'd you break up with her? Could have been that good, but he was probably focused on how great it was in the beginning. Well, she would throw fits if I didn't text her back fast enough. She would accuse me of emotionally cheating if I even talked to a female coworker and guilt-trip me constantly. Wow, what a great relationship. But the straw that broke the camel's back, she cheated on me with her ex-boyfriend, not once but multiple times. And let me guess, she blamed that he was talking to his female coworkers, or didn't respond in 5 minutes after she texted him for her cheating. Well, how did I find out? She accidentally sent me a screenshot of a message she meant to send it to her friend. It literally said the following. I told Jake I was going to yoga, but I went to Matt's again. He's just so much better in bed. LMAO. I'm not believing she didn't do that on purpose. Probably want to stir up drama. Yeah, she laughed about it. So I packed up her stuff and told her we were done. That's when the insanity began. Well, we're all here for the dirt. Well, she showed up at my apartment the next day, sobbing, mascara all over her face, screaming that she was having a trauma response and that I was abusive for leaving her while she was healing. Bitch, you cheated on me multiple times and even said your ex is better in bed than I am, thank you very much. I packed up your crap and got it out of my apartment. Yeah, we're done. Trauma healing? What kind of BS is that? Get the fuck out of here. Well, she camped outside my building with a sign that said, True love deserves a second chance, and played our old Spotify playlist on a loop from a Bluetooth speaker. Okay, she is freaking loony. This is when you call the police. Get all the neighbors in the building to call the police and drag her butt off to jail. She's nuts. Well, the neighbors called the cops. Okay, that's my point. And she claimed I was gaslighting her healing process. One day she even faked fainting outside my door. When that didn't work, she texted me photos of her holding a pair of scissors next to her hair, and she threatened to cut it all off because maybe then you'll remember what you lost. I would like, go ahead, chop it off. In fact, here's my razor, my electric razor. Buzz it all off, G.I. Jane. She also told mutual friends I abandoned her during a mental health crisis, and that cheating was her way of testing if I would fight for her. Holy crap. Here's hoe logic. I'm going to cheat on you, and if you fight for me, then you really love me. But if you break up with me, then you never really love me. That's the crap they do. It's bullshit. Now, weeks later, she's still messaging me from burner accounts, saying she's gone to therapy. I doubt that she's not that girl anymore, and can't we just talk about it like adults? Talk about it like adults. She's behaving like a 6-year-old and didn't get her Barbie. But I blocked her everywhere and told her friends that I'm done. So, am I the a-hole for not giving her another chance, even though she's trying now? My family says I should show compassion and help her heal. But honestly, I feel like I dodged a bullet, a whole SWAT team's worth. Dude, she's nuts. She is unhinged. She is off her rocker. No, you're not the a-hole. And your family, do not take their advice. You know, does the family know the extent and all the details of all the crap that she's done? Do they know that she cheated on you? Do they know all these things? Probably they're just seeing and hearing what they want to see and hear. They're probably used to her during her good phase in the beginning of the relationship. You're 28 years old. You're a grown-ass man in your own place. You want to break up with a girl? That's your business. It's not the business of your sister or your cousin or brother-in-law or your mom or grandma, whatever. It's your business alone. And if none of them like it, who cares? All right. But at this point, you better have some freaking security cameras outside in your apartment, outside if you can pull it off, if you're allowed to, around your car, everything. And I would watch where you are in the dark in a parking lot where you park your car, because she is unhinged. And these types are crazy. You may need to get a restraining order. People may say, why is she cheated on him? Why is she so hell-bent on getting him back? Well, he was probably like her guaranteed guy who proposed to her, her ATM, her provider one day. But thank the Lord, this guy has integrity, self-respect, and he's getting rid of her crazy ass. So anyhow, guys, never feel bad for breaking up with a girl. Never, she demonstrates who she is. Get out of there. Head for the hills. Now some comments here. One guy says, not the a-hole. Dude, she has mental issues and it isn't your responsibility to fix. Honestly, her going this far to cheat and hide it shows she knew what she was doing and there would be consequences. Of course she knew what she was doing. She disrespected you so little that she assumed that you would pathetically accept it if you found out. Now she's realizing she blew up her life for a dude that doesn't even want her. Guess what? Healing from trauma doesn't give you a hall pass to abuse others, which is exactly what she did. It might be time to file a restraining order. It is absolutely time to file a restraining order. Another one. He says, I laughed out loud when she pretended to faint, especially with that picture of her threatening herself with scissors so sarcastically. Her fault, her loss, you gave her plenty of chances, but she still chose to fail. I say let her be. She's a grown woman making her choices and heading down a bad path. Let her make her mistakes as she realizes a person who really cares for her. Plus, don't listen to your family about someone who wanted to cheat multiple times. She doesn't realize how much you love her, but she still chose to cheat. Listen to your heart and not your listen to your heart, not your brain. You deserve somebody better than that. No, you should listen to your brain, not your heart. Better than someone who acts like they're 3 years old and act like they're childish. And one more. This guy says, you not only dodge bullets, you avoid a bomb blast. Those individuals asking you to forgive her and give her a chance and show compassion must either be really jealous of you, are fake friends, crappy relatives, or she's a really good actress, maybe all the above. I'm sure she's a very, very good actress. Just her behavior alone would be off-putting. Then to converse with a friend about how her ex is better in bed. Neither the friend or family members or supposedly ex-boyfriend sound as if they had any type of morality. Did the ex-boyfriend know you were involved, or did she lie to him and others? He probably knew. Depending on where you can live, can your landlord send her a certified letter asking her not to step on the property? It sounds like she lived with you. She realized she lost room and board, etc. Can you get a new number? Take legal action. If you can do both, please do. And this goes on and says, hugs and prayers from a granny. So this is from an old lady writing this, protecting this guy. So anyhow, guys, before you get into a serious relationship or take your relationship next level, you really got to evaluate everything. It's nothing like real life stuff to really show you somebody's colors. If somebody starts demonstrating crazy, get out of there. And thank the Lord on high, they didn't marry her.